Hey guys, welcome back. This is Alex after the pump that we're seeing. So this is late. This is basically going to be my video that I was supposed to post yesterday. But I'm coming out honestly to say that I was simply too scared to come out and post this video publicly yesterday. So I'm posting it now after the fact. So I think that warrants any hate that may come this way. But at the end of the day, I'm not posting this video today, which I was supposed to post yesterday, to make the right call. I'm only posting this video today to help people learn the decision making that was there yesterday and how I made my decision. And so, like I said, this video is late. So is it helping you that much actually, make your decisions that you're supposed to make yesterday? It doesn't. But it does line out what my plan was and how I came to my conclusion on why I was going to execute on my plan. So once again, this video is late. I can't repeat that enough. This video is late, and typically you guys know I'm making the prediction ahead of time. Well, this was the video I was supposed to post yesterday, and I didn't. So publicly, I didn't do this. But privately, if you're a member here at Crash Trading, or if you're in our WhatsApp group, we talked about the bullish case. So at the end of the day, publicly, I should have made this video. Publicly, I should have posted this video yesterday. But like I said, unless you're in the shoes of me, unless you have the pressure of hundreds of people watching, and unless you have the fear that you're going to have 1,000 bears turn on you, then I think you should try your best to understand. So at the end of the day, like I said, this video is fucking late. I'm annoyed. I should have posted this original video that I made yesterday. This was scheduled to post yesterday. But I had doubts in reversing my bias, and so, like I said, I feared to reverse my stance on the market publicly. Not privately, but publicly. So here's the public video that I was supposed to post yesterday that, once again, I didn't because I was fearful, and obviously fearing is the last thing you want to do in the market. You want to make logical decisions, and these were the logical decisions I had yesterday. It just, logically speaking, I was fearful to actually come out and post publicly. So once again, if you want to be mad about this, you absolutely can be. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a helpful video for anyone who wants to understand the decision-making process and why I did what I did. So watch this video, and at the end of the day, I'll be updating you more in the next video. But this video is a little outdated because it was yesterday's video. Okay, so try to enjoy it. Some of you will, some of you won't. But at the end of the day, any hate that comes my way, it's totally fine. Because at the end of the day, I didn't come out publicly and say this. Obviously, privately, I did. But anyways, that's enough. I've repeated myself there. Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I want to walk you through my thought process as well as exactly what I'm doing to prepare for whatever movement we might get at this point. Because if you haven't noticed, Bitcoin has tried to break 41,000 6 times. And every single time it is pumped hugely. Okay, and so if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at this. 41K, pump. 41K, pump. 41K, pump. 41K, pump. 41K, pump. 41K, pump. So, god damn it, guys. It's been 6 times we tried to beat this level. And all times, right? It's not like we just hover around the level. We're pumping at these levels. And so, okay, if we expect to crash further, then you have to say, oh, the 7th time we're definitely going to break through. And I'll tell you what, I already thought this 6 times. Okay, I thought this time, I thought we're going to break through. I thought at this time we're going to break through. I thought this time we're going to break through. This time I thought we were going to break through. This time we're going to break through. I'm done, guys. I'm done thinking we're going to break through. Okay, and so my plan is now shifting. What am I doing to prepare for whatever movement we may get? Because obviously, if you've been following this channel, we have a bearish stance, and I've been, first off, I called this crash the day before it happened. You can go back and watch that video. It's right here, Bitcoin crash price prediction. You can see it got a lot of views compared to my other videos because we absolutely nailed it. And then that same day or the day after, I told you that I was selling everything. Okay, and so today, just like I was transparent and showed you exactly what I was going to do when we were literally at the top and people thought it was hilarious to sell your crypto when everything was going up, well, now I want to tell you transparently exactly what I'm going to do given the conditions of the market right now. Okay, so whether I'm right or wrong, you get to see that. And ultimately, to me, it's not whether I'm right or wrong. To me, it's not what am I doing and that you should copy me. It's my thought process. It's my decision making based on my reasoning, I think is the most important to get out of this video. So you can come up with your own decisions based on your circumstances on exactly what you want to do for yourself. So obviously I sold everything here. And at this point, I can get back in anywhere below 52K, and that's gold for me. You know, that's beautiful for me. And so I know we helped a lot of people get out on this as well. So you guys are in pretty much the same exact situation if you followed me 3 weeks ago. Remember, nobody has to follow me. I just know that some people did. And obviously we're sitting pretty now to enter back in at any point that we want. And so like I said, we've tried to break down 6 times now. Okay, I'm not going to say that the 7th time we're going to break down. I'm done saying that. You see what I mean? 6 times they've pumped it, and the 7th time, I'm out, okay? I'm not going to be overly bearish on this level right now. It just doesn't make sense for me personally, okay? Especially when you consider, guys, look at this right here. So we had head and shoulders. I mean, this is what's the crazy part, is we have the most bearish charts I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. But like, look at this right here. So you've got a double head and shoulders. Now, obviously, a head and shoulders isn't as effective on the end of a downtrend as it is at the top of an uptrend. Okay, but nonetheless, it's still the formation. It's still a pattern, and it's still the neckline of support here at 41K. So look at this. You had head and shoulder form here, head and shoulders form here, back to back, and we still couldn't break through. On top of that, okay, if you look here, I got to pull up the chart here where we've got the longer term picture drawn out here, guys. I can't find that chart. Basically, it's the head and shoulders neckline of this head and shoulders to this, boom, right here, this chart right here. I need to highlight this and mark that a color. So purple. So you see we have this head and shoulders neckline. We go right to the neckline. That's how we call this top. That's one of the major reasons we were able to predict it, right? So boom, we drop there. Then we form another head and shoulders right here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, breakthrough, okay? And so we have one head and shoulder stacked on top of this head and shoulder. This head and shoulder was stacked on these two back-to-back head and shoulders, guys. I mean, how many head and shoulders can you have? And so at this point, it just seems like it's so obvious we're supposed to drop that naturally, I don't even know if I want us to drop at this point when it's that obvious, you know? And especially when, I mean, guys, I mean, you got 4 head and shoulders. Wait, this is 1 right here. This is 2 right here. And this is 3. We got to zoom out to the daily. This is 3 head and shoulders right here, and this is 4 head and shoulders right here. Back to back to back to back, and we still didn't drop through that level. So, you know, I'm not going to be crazy bearish at right now, at least. I am already bought back in 50% today with this price action we've seen. But I don't think it's time to FOMO in and go crazy. But yes, I am back in 50%. So just as I told you, I sold everything. I'm now back in 50%, and you guys get to see that truthfully and transparently. Guys, I don't know any other channel who tells you actually what they're doing, okay? So guys, realize that when you have every single reason in the world for something to happen, and yet it still doesn't happen, then something's not adding up, and something is probably off here. And what I think could be off is we could have some major, you know, news catalysts that's positive in the making. And we know what those could be. It could be XRP's case. This could be approval of Bitcoin ETF. We've got a bunch of possible bullish catalysts, right? There's also possible bearish catalysts, but you know, it goes both ways, right? And so when we know that, hey, it can't break through here, then this, right? Remember I told you guys, the charts do not point to Bitcoin ETF being approved at all, whatsoever. No way, right? But I said, if the Bitcoin ETF is going to get approved eventually, the charts should reflect that. And so right now, in my opinion, the charts could be reflecting that maybe we are actually going to get approved here soon, right? You see what I mean? So the catalysts match up with the charts. And so if you can match up catalysts with the charts, you're going to get a much better understanding of, hey, what is actually going on here? And so in my opinion, if we really can't break through, then I think the probabilities of Bitcoin ETF rise or XRP case solved rise. And that's just my opinion there, okay? But at the end of the day, don't get overly bullish yet. And let me show you why I'm saving 50%, okay? right now. Okay, so reason number one I'm saving 50% is because we're still in a downtrend, guys. So it's a little risky to be going in right now. You can see here, clear downtrend. I mean, it's clear as fucking day. Okay, it's still ugly. Trust me, this is ugly. Okay, the only reason I'm in early right now is because the 6 times we pumped at this level. That's my only reason, really. In the fact that we had every reason in the book to drop and we still haven't. You know, to me, that's not adding up. And so I'm front running what I think could be a breakout of this downtrend and a move back up. At the same time, I've got, those are some of my bullish reasons, and that's why I'm actually 50% in now, but I'm not fully convinced. And once again, I'm not sure if I explained this already in this video. Look at the volume, right? It's nothing crazy. The volume is weak, okay? You can see coming out of the lows here, the volume was weak as well, but accelerated. Okay, and so what I'm looking for right now is an acceleration in buyers if we are going to break out. On top of that, I'm looking for a break above some of these moving averages here to confirm that we're back on trajectory and back on schedule. You've got MACD cross forming here. That's highly bullish. We'll see if that officially crosses. But overall, guys, right, it's still a little risky to be getting too bullish, but that's kind of where some of the biggest gains are made, is when you get in early. And so that's why I think that being 50% allocated in currently is the right decision for me, at least. And so my mindset has shifted right now, and as of now, and my mindset before was break through this level and crash. Well, now my mindset is we don't break through this level, and anything above here is safe for me, right? And so here's what I rather do. I'd rather be in here. Remember when I made my decision up here, we're at the top, and I told you guys, I said, guys, I'd much rather buy in when we can cross the neckline. So check this out, right? And this is what I showed you guys. Remember this if you've been watching the channel. So I told you guys, look, to me, holding right here is not worth the downside, okay, because all I have to do is just buy back in a couple thousand points higher, a few thousand points higher if I'm wrong and this isn't the top. So right now, okay, I'd much rather just close my positions for a loss if we do end up breaking down and crashing, okay, right below here, that level, really, right? And so now the perspective has shifted. Here, in my opinion, we had so much downside. Well, now the perspective has shifted to where we have so much upside and limited downside. You see how the thing has shifted in my eyes as of now, assuming we do reverse the trend and break above some of these key levels here above us. Okay, so you can see how the mindset has shifted in a risk-to-reward perspective, considering that we continue to hold this bottom level. So limited downside now, in the sense that I can easily cut the loss right here. So right now, speaking of Bitcoin, right, we're not talking about altcoins, right? When I say Bitcoin, that counts for altcoins, right? If I say I bought Bitcoin today, that means I bought altcoins today as well, right? So think about it, right? I've got 4,000 points of downside here on Bitcoin, and I can close that for a loss. Or, guys, we have huge upside, okay, of, let's say we get back to the all-time high 65K. You've got 20,000 points of upside and 4,000 points of downside. That's 5 to 1, guys. Those are the positions you want to be in. Whereas here, okay, you had downside, in my opinion, all the way down to 23,000. Okay, the only reason we're not saying you have downside to there right now is because you have this level protecting you as a key barrier from, going down there. Okay, so I know that might sound a little weird. The way I explain that's probably not the best, but I'm trying my best here. So, anyways, that's how my perspective has shifted. That's how I'm playing it. And obviously, with the 50% I'm saving, I'm looking to break above some of these averages, break above this downtrend, and see an acceleration in buy volume to get back fully in. Okay, so that's my plan. In total, I'm only invested across the board in about 7 cryptocurrencies. Obviously, 2 of them being Bitcoin and Ethereum. The other 5 I have not really talked about on this channel. So if that's something you're interested, is me actually breaking down some of my picks, then maybe let me know in the comment section below and we can do that. But obviously, this video and most of our videos are technical and prediction focused. So that's how I'm playing it right now, guys. Obviously, I've been calling for the crash. This is still a crash. We nailed this, guys. And any entry below 52K is just gold for us. So a lot of people. I also feel for example, when we're bearish, the bulls hated me, and now that I'm not as bearish right now for the reasons I've stated in this video, I have a feeling that the bears might hate me now. I don't know. The only thing I know is that I have to do my best to provide you with, the best videos I can. And ultimately, it's not about copying me and what I'm doing, right? Just because I'm 50% in doesn't mean you need to be 50% in. It's sharing my perspective as well as my reasoning and my thought process that I think is the most valuable thing you can get out of this. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like. Make sure you are subscribed. And that being said, if you want to trade with us here at Crash Trading, where you get, told exactly when to enter, exactly when to exit, you can sign up for completely free on our website, and you don't pay actually until you make the profits. So that being said, guys, that's my game plan here. Hope you found it useful, and I'll try to keep you up to date as best as I can, just like I have in our WhatsApp group. If you haven't joined our WhatsApp group, guys, link below to join our WhatsApp group. You're going to need to check your email, okay, for the invitation to our WhatsApp group, and that's how you'll get in. That's how we make sure that bots aren't infiltrating our WhatsApp group. And that way we have real people in there, so we got over 125 people in there. Now guys, actually before I end off the video, super important thing I forgot to point out is, although I'm 50% in, remember there's still all those bearish reasons. And like I said, it's just so obvious that that's the only thing that's fishy, is it's too obvious that we need a crash. I've called it, we dropped 13,000 points, but at this point it's all about determining, will we go lower or is this the end of the crash? But on top of that, remember, the last thing I wanted to point out here, which I think is super important if you are investing or if you are trying to decide how to allocate your portfolio, is look at Bitcoin dominance, right? So same pattern since 2018. Obviously, we've talked about this a lot on the channel. And so when Bitcoin dominance is at its lows, it's still on trajectory to break out, which still equals a crash. But like I said, we're calling what could be a reversal here. And so ultimately what I'm trying to say is that if you are investing, if you are picking your coins, I don't think altcoins will have as great of gains as we've seen in the past necessarily on this next leg up. Now, I could be totally wrong about that. I honestly, it's hard to tell how much can altcoins increase percentage-wise, but just considering that Bitcoin dominance is at its lows and that there's going to be less money flow in altcoins, then to me, you got to really pick the best altcoins. You can't just be going and picking any bullshit out there. And also, you know what actually matches up with this chart is a Bitcoin ETF. So think about a Bitcoin ETF. That would mean a lot more money flow for Bitcoin, which could lead to that, right? And so maybe instead of this being a bearish thing, right, the money flow into Bitcoin, maybe it could be actually a bullish thing for Bitcoin for the first time ever. Right, because remember, usually when Bitcoin dominance goes higher, that means crypto is crashing. But for the first time, if Bitcoin dominance is going higher, it could actually be because of a Bitcoin ETF and more money flowing in. So just something to consider. So guys, to wrap up this video, I have no clear and definitive bias and stance on this market, but I do have a clear, definitive plan on how I'm going to play this market. So I've shared that with you in this video. We're 50% in and looking to add the other 50% once we get bullish confirmations, and that's if we get bullish confirmations. Because like I said, we've got every reason in the book, yet we still haven't crashed. What's going on here? So right now is a very pivotal point in the market. You guys know I'm someone who prides myself on actually having an opinion on the market, not being like other channels who say it's going to go up, down, sideways, or 48 other ways, right? You guys know I like to give you a definitive conclusion, but as of now, the most definitive conclusion I can give you is that it's too indefinite or not definitive. Okay, does that make sense? It's too unclear. The trajectory is undefined right now, and we need probably 7 more days to really find out what our true bias is. Okay, so stay subscribed to this channel because within the next 7 days, like I said, I think we'll find out, and obviously I'll be keeping you up to date on my bias, my stance, and how I continue to play this market. So remember, you may not always know what exactly the market's going to do, but you can always know what your plan of action is. And so that's my plan of action. I hope you can take away some good things from that and understand how I'm making my decisions right now. But once again, if we flip back bearish, or at least my stance flips fully bearish again, I will let you know. And if we flip bullish, and my stance flips bullish, I will let you know. You see what I mean? So let's give it some time here. It's a 50-50 market, but we will find out soon, and I will let you know exactly what I'm doing. So just be subscribed, have your notification bell on, join our WhatsApp group for updates,